We are on native land.
Know and support the original caretakers of your land. Know that this land is stolen land. Know the history.
Know the people.
Know the people. Indigenous youth, elders, families, breathe, live, and chant. Land back. Land back is an action. It is about indigenous sovereignty, autonomy. It is about reclaiming our relationship with Mother Earth. Land back is an act of love.
Abenaki, Adina, Apache, Arapaho, Clackamas, Miwok, Confederated Grand Tribes of the Grande, Cowlitz, Creek, Dakota, East Cherokee, Great Plains Area, Haudenosaunee, Hopewell, Kaskaskia, Kickapoo, Kiowa, Lakota, Manahoac, Muncie, Lenape, Muskogee, Mayana, Nanran, Suak, Nauset, Ojibwe, Osage, Shawnee, Ute,
Wabanaki, Wampanoag, Wichita, Ujiji.
Thank our relatives, our winged relatives, our four-legged relatives. Thank Mother Earth for the water, the air, our food, our shelter. Gratitude to us today. May we live in harmony and balance.
Good evening, I'm Mariah Fakler with the recap. Last week, kindergarten teacher and activist Alvarez-Perez of Silver Creek, Los Angeles, started a new relationship with a man she met on dating app Tinder. Unfortunately, the man is an oil tycoon and Esmeralda is a climate activist. But Esmeralda has yet to discover this conflict. Stay tuned for updates on this developing story. In Buffalo, New York, 16-year-old Morgan Goodman is struggling to cope with the loss of her best friend Scarlett, who died tragically in a car accident recently. Sources close to the story have confirmed that Morgan is currently living with Scarlett's family while her own parents are abroad on business. Scarlett was a young climate activist who worked with Esmeralda-Reyes. Just last week, Reyes sent her condolences to Morgan. We await news of Morgan's response as this story unfolds. A 17-year-old named Lake Green, who lives in Frankfort, Kentucky, has agreed to attend a climate strike in nearby Louisville in an effort to help their best friend Sam impress a new crush. This comes after reports that Lake was forced by their Army parents to attend a meeting with a military recruiter, despite earning a full-ride scholarship to attend the University of Louisville this fall. We'll be back with more after this.
Hello.
I don't know if you remember at all, but this is Morgan, and I was very touched by your email. If it's weird for me to be calling you, I'll hang up. I should hang up.
No. Hi, Morgan. And no, it's definitely not weird at all. I was hoping that you would call or at least email me. I just really want to see how you're doing. I don't remember the last time you spoke. You didn't really feel the best. How are you feeling now?
I am taking it day by day right now. But I actually called you because I'm interested in getting into climate justice, and I thought maybe you could help.
That's so amazing, Morgan. So around the Buffalo area, there's others that I can connect you with.
That would be awesome. I just thought maybe it could help me feel closer to Scarlett. And with your email, I thought it must be a sign.
Well, it wasn't my intention, but I'm always happy and eager to have a young person get into climate activism. Do you feel like you're ready to jump into everything that goes along with it?
Honestly, I feel kind of desperate to do something that's not all about grieving Scarlett right now. And the thought of meeting people who don't already know they're supposed to be pitying me feels like a relief. Even though I guess they will know about Scarlett since she was so involved.
Yeah, that's true. And honestly, that makes sense to me. There is a New York Renew Zoom meeting Friday, I believe. And I could attend with you if that makes you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, that sounds really great, actually.
Awesome. So I'll email you the link tonight, and I'll see you there on Friday. Honey, I have another call coming in, but if you have any questions, climate justice related, or you just want someone to talk to, please don't hesitate to call me anytime.
I'm not going to be able to do game night Friday because I have a meeting.
What kind of meeting?
A climate justice meeting.
Oh, so losing one person isn't enough. Now I'm going to lose you too.
I'm right here, Daddy.
Stella is 3 years old, and it's been weeks, but she still does not understand Scarlett's death. It's really upsetting for her parents because it means they have to explain it again and again to her, and she just doesn't even know what it means for a person or any living thing to die. At first, they tried to explain it to her anytime it would come up, but it comes up constantly. So now they just ignore her. It's okay, Stella. He's talking about Scarlett.
Oh, but where is Scarlett?
She went up to someplace nice, and we won't be able to see her for a while, remember?
Oh yeah, I remember. I hope she gets to eat as much ice cream as she wants.
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
I don't know why you even try, but you won't understand again in a few hours.
Because Stella is the only thing that's keeping me even slightly tethered to this earth. You know that me getting into climate justice will not make you lose me, right?
I would really appreciate it if you just don't go, please.
I'm sorry. I can't do that. This is something I need to do for Scarlett and for myself. I cannot tell you about it if you want.
No, don't do that. I still want to hear all about your life. Can you just promise me that you won't leave me?
I promise.
Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Gio Hernandez, she, her, with New Yorker News. And I am on traditionally and overtaken Haudenosaunee land known as Buffalo, New York. We have some very special guests here from outside of New York State joining us today in support of the CCIA, as well as a couple of new members. So let's take a moment and introduce ourselves, get a feel of who's in the space with us, and then we'll actually get started talking about the CCIA and how that supports the CLCPA. Can someone get us started?
Sure. Hi, Emily Diet. I use she, her pronouns. I'm in Buffalo, New York, traditionally Haudenosaunee land, and I'll just popcorn it to somebody, and then whoever does that can popcorn it to the next person. So I will throw it over to Jake.
Hi there. My name's Jake.
Hello,
my
everybody.
pronouns are he,
Hi, I'm Ren.
Hi, I'm Shane.
Yeah,
And
hi, I'm Del.
Hey, I'm also in
she,
Buffalo,
her pronouns.
Haudenosaunee land.
And
Hi,
I'm from Buffalo,
Kyla,
which is
she, her.
typically
I'm also in Buffalo on Haudenosaunee.
Hi, I'm Professor John, and I'm at the
Minnie. I use
University
she,
of
her
Louisville.
pronouns.
I'm not sure who hasn't gone yet, so.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I use she, her pronouns. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure how to answer the last two parts.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for introducing yourselves. Just want to open space in case we missed anybody that hasn't introduced themselves. All right, that seems like all of us. So let's actually get right into it because there's a lot to talk about in relation to the CLCPA and the CCIA. So does anybody want to start us off with talking about how the CLCPA and the CCIA are related?
Yeah, definitely. I'll kick it off. I'd say the CCIA is definitely key in moving us from an extractive economy to a regenerative economy in terms of, basically the whole bill. And I think that's definitely something we should focus on when we're talking about outreach to the public.
Yeah, I'll just build on top of that. When I think about the CLCPA, which was awesome, many of us on this call worked together to get that passed in 2019. And if we're really going to see the reality of those incredibly ambitious goals for 2050, we really need to pass that sister bill, get CCIA passed this year as well. And so I'm really excited to see a lot of faces on here. We have a lot of work to do. And yeah, so just thinking about how we're going to get the funding, right? We can't do the work without the money itself. And so really making sure we're thinking about who our legislators are, who are the people in power that are going to make sure that they're going to be the champions of this is so important. So, today, even after this call, if you don't know at least 3 people that represent you, make sure you go home and do your homework. That's going to really help us push through for our final weeks of the legislative process.
That's key. And can someone just say, you talked about funding, Emily, what's the funding looking like? How much money is coming in through the CCIA?
Yeah. Pretty much what they're estimating is $15 billion per year. And we're getting that money not just from thin air, it's from the corporate polluters that have been choking out communities across the state, across the country, across the world for decades. So it's investment, right? It's community investment. So taking that money away from the corporate polluters, the fossil fuel industries, and funneling that right back into the communities that are suffering, building that renewable economy. 30% of that money will go to big investments like solar arrays and offshore wind, going to create good green jobs, and really, again, thinking about the CLCPA and what made that so incredibly just revolutionary really was the focus on communities that have been historically kind of pushed aside, but have been leading the way in social justice efforts and really bringing those two together to make this movement as powerful as it can be. So yeah, pass the CCIA, make polluters pay.
Hell yeah. That's
hey, I want to weigh in here because as you're talking, I'll tell you.
I also want to mention those corporate polluters. They know
just
what's
as
we're being told we need to choose
following the work
between
that's
environmental
doing
justice
and
and
applying
economic
solutions
justice
for
of living in a sustainable world versus trying to survive and make money to feed your
all
home
around
and
the
your
country
family
there are
and your
communities like
community.
ours
And that's not the case. We don't have to choose
suffering.
between those two. So I just want to hear some more of that perspective.
I don't know what happened. It's not like I expected to be able to get into climate activism and understand everything right away. But I guess I kind of did. I've never been the type of person to quit something right away just because I don't understand it. But right now, that is exactly what I want to do. I wish Scarlett was here. She would know how to deal with everything. Hey, Esmeralda.
Hey, Morgan. I noticed that you were kind of uncomfortable in the meeting today. I wanted to make sure. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I just thought it would be a lot easier, or maybe I'm just not smart enough.
I mean, I don't know how much help this could be, but everyone feels like that in the beginning. In my first meeting, I felt so out of place. I went half the meeting and then cried the rest of the way in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think I've always been a quick learner. And when I found something I didn't immediately understand, it really discouraged me.
That's how I feel right now, too.
Honestly, you'd be so surprised about how many people feel so similarly. The things in my life that were the most challenging for me to get into, that I had to work really hard for, have also been the ones that were most rewarding and meaningful to me.
I guess that makes sense.
Morgan, I think you should go back. They meet regularly.
Well, then, can I ask, what is the CCIA?
Well, it actually stands for Climate and Community Investment Act.
What's that?
It's a bill that basically makes corporate polluters pay for the harm that they cause to communities they're polluting through taxes and per ton of pollution.
That is cool.
Yeah, and it raises up to $15 billion per year from corporate polluters, and it uses the money to create good, green jobs and invest in frontline communities and even build a renewable economy for New York State.
Okay, that makes so much sense. Do you think there's any way that I could help?
Morgan, I'm very, very sure that you could. I mean, it's scary and intimidating when you don't speak the language of climate justice just yet. It sounds so much more complicated than it actually is.
Ugh, it really does sound complicated.
Just trust your ability to discern right from wrong and stand up for what you know is right. If we don't stand up for ourselves, no one else will.
Yeah, you've got that right. Even just your explanation of the CCIA made the issue of climate change suddenly more tangible.
I mean, honey, I don't want you to do anything that you feel like you're not ready for, but I do think that you should give it a second try.
Okay. I think you've convinced me. I think I'll go to the CCIA meeting.
That's so great to hear, Morgan. I'm gonna go make dinner now. Please keep me posted on how everything goes.
Okay, I will.
Have a cozy evening, dear.
Thanks, Esmeralda. You too.
Bye.
Breaking news. You can help pass the CCIA.
Please email New York Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins and Assembly Speaker Carl Hastie and let them know that you support the CCIA. Tell them it's time to make corporate polluters pay. Pass the CCIA.
Like right now. Take out your phone and email these people right now. I'm gonna play some music for you while you do that. Okay, I hope you sent your email. If not, I hope you remember to send it later. I'm Mariah Fakler with the recap, and I'm watching you.
Hey, you.
Hi, Esmeralda. How are you?
I was wondering if you know who Esme's dating right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen some pictures. Honestly, to say she could do better would be an understatement. Like, this man is a puppet. This man he looks like a puppet, like somebody cut out felt and glued it to his eyebrows, like somebody cut out like a piece of shag carpet and glued it to his upper lip. The man has a weird fake blonde mustache, like he's some 16-year-old kid who's about to join the fire department. It looks like somebody stuck a wig on him backwards. He looks like if Justin Bieber were in a Beastie Boys music video. The guy looks nuts. He looks just so weird.
I'm fine. I'm just on break between teaching Zoom classes, and I just got a phone call from a teenager in Buffalo who wants to get into climate activism. She's going through a really hard time, and anyways, I don't want to talk about work. How are you?
Oh, anyways, are you still teaching remotely?
Yeah, I have to go to school 2 days per week. Even when I'm not in person, half the class is still on Zoom, and I have to teach Zoom in a mask.
Oh, that sounds exhausting.
It's beyond brutal. Everyone is so over it. The kids are totally checked out, as if they weren't getting enough screen time before. This is really pushing it over the edge. It's scary.
Screen time? You're not one of those screen haters, are you?
Is that a serious question, or?
Well, I just think screens get a lot of unfair blame these days. It's a way for people to just place blame for their bad parenting.
I don't really know how seriously to take you right now. You do realize how ignorant that is. I'm not even sure where to start. But going back to your first point, there is no question that kids are missing on a human connection more than ever right now. And screens can't replace that. They're alienating, and kids are expected to be online for an insane amount of time. Between class and schoolwork and everything else, are you really disputing the negative impact that screen time has and its burnout on children's health?
Sir, we are making excellent progress on the Pennsylvania pipeline. We've cleared the protesters.
I'm sorry. Did he just say pipeline?
Well, yes, he did.
But I thought you said that you worked with nature.
Well, oil is natural. If you think about it, we extract our oil directly from the flesh of Mother Earth, nature herself. It doesn't get much more natural than that.
Oh my God.
Oh, come on now. Don't tell me you believe that socialist liberal spiel about climate change being connected to fossil fuel consumption. That is total and utter BS. And I can give you at least 10 articles from the internet right now to prove it.
Oh my God.
You're not saying anything. I can't tell what emotion you're expressing right now. Are you speechless because you're so excited that you have met me? Such a rich and powerful man.
I'm sorry. I just cannot. I can't believe this. It's unreal. Like, I really got sucked into this, and I should have known better. I knew it. I just knew there was something off about you. Ilyas said it too. He didn't think you're natural blonde, but that wasn't it at all. You deceived me. I asked you what you did for a living, and you changed the subject. You knew what I did, and you knew what I care about, and you strung me along. You wasted my time. How dare you? I cannot believe I didn't see through that blonde wig from the first picture on your Tinder profile. This is over. You represent the epitome of everything I'm against. We cannot work with this like we can't.
So much better off not seeing that guy. I mean, on a lot of levels. On every conceivable level. Like,
think you should go back on Tinder, Esme. Find someone else. Don't let this jerk dissuade you.
I just feel so icky and embarrassed. I mean, this is a fictional character I feel like I made up in my head. I wasted so much time and energy, and he wasn't even real.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That must be really weird. I guess since Stephanie and I got together in high school, before all this online dating nonsense, that I can't really speak from experience, but it just must be really weird and disorienting.
It's just so not sexy.
Seriously. Esme, I think you should go on another date. I mean, there are a lot of great guys out there, and you're such a catch. I'm sure, you'll be able to find someone.
Elliot, I don't think you understand. Like, if someone is still single by my age, there's usually a good reason why.
Well, I'm single. Am I a loser?
I mean, of course there are exceptions, but it's really just not that easy.
I mean, we're not 22. People have more baggage, and it's really not the point. This man literally managed to get
Oh my God, Esme, come here. Come here. Isn't that Carmela's daughter, Lake?
In New York, climate protesters plan to flood Wall Street on Monday, the day before the UN summit on climate change.
Yeah.
Well, Alison Kosick is
I think it is. I mean, I haven't seen them in a while, but they look just like Carmela at that age.
Rio de Janeiro, Berlin, and Paris.
So
among those
crazy.
marching as celebrities, plus world.
Yeah.
Imagine when Carmela was that age, she had a 2-year-old baby.
Wall Street on Monday, a day before the
That is
UN
so
summit on
wild.
climate change. Well, Alison Kosick is in New York with the details.
I wonder how Carmela and Ken feel about their daughter being an activist.
You know, the last time I saw Lake, I think there was some questioning happening. I'm not sure that they identify as a daughter anymore. Let me check in and see how they're doing. Sent.
What did you write?
I just told them that I was there for them, and it's wild. They're so grown up now.
It is wild. I remember rolling my eyes when my parents would tell me something like that.
Yeah. Did I tell you that's Morgan?
Who's Morgan?
Scarlett's best friend from Buffalo. She's 16.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good. She's so sweet and smart, and she wants to get into climate justice activism, and I want to help her. I just want to help her cope at this time, and with her parents being out of the country on top of everything else.
Well, it sounds like you're back on track, Esme. I think you're going to do just fine without the man.
I think it's really cool that they have all these farms and stuff. Oh my God, there's a horse.
Look at the horse. There's a little one. It's so cute.
I love driving by horses. It's the best thing about driving in Kentucky, honestly.
My gosh, I haven't been to Louisville in so long. My parents don't really believe in going places. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be super fun. Plus, we're going to like a climate strike, so like, what could be better than that?
OMG, look at those cows.
Oh my God, there's like at least 10 of them. There's a baby one. Oh. I wish I lived on a farm with cows, man.
Yeah,
I would
want to
just
start a
hang
farm
out
with
with
you
them.
someday?
Oh my God, of course I do.
Yeah,
Oh,
first
what
we'll
should
stop
we call
climate
it?
change.
Well, yeah, that's first step. And then we can call our farm together like the Salmon Lake Farm.
Yeah, the Slake Farm.
The Slake Farm. Oh my gosh, you're a genius.
I know. So are you.
Thanks.
Wow, this is like legit. Look at all these people.
Oh my god, there's Ren up there.
Where?
Over there, the girl yelling into the megaphone.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ren, pronoun she, her, and I am one of the organizing youth for this strike today. First, let us start with acknowledging that we are currently on Kaskaskia land, and the fact that any work within climate justice must pay its respects to the indigenous caretakers of these lands. And on behalf of the whole strike organizing team, we want to recognize you for representing your community here today. You coming out here today means that you are representing what your community needs. Everyone on this planet is affected by climate injustice, whether they know it or not. Our water streams are polluted. The massive rates of cancer and lung illnesses in our low-income communities and communities of color are not an accident or a coincidence. Today, we fight to make sure that these issues are not only heard, but changed. Thank you.
Woo! Woo! Come on, Sam.
Hey, Sam. Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, of course. Your speech was on fire. This is my friend Lake. They are trying to divest their family from the military.
I am?
Yeah, I've been telling them like all about it.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't think I could get my parents to make that big of a change. Just getting a couple reusable water bottles in the house was a big deal. But that's really great. The military-industrial complex is incredibly destructive. Are you an organizer?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Yes, they are, actually. Lake and I are the founders of the environmental club at our high school.
Oh, are we?
I'm the president, and Lake is the vice president.
Ren, what did you just say earlier about the military industry?
Oh, the military-industrial complex?
Yes, that was it. I've just never heard that term before.
Oh, yeah, no worries. It just refers to the relationship between the military and the defense industry, and the whole complex system of interests that feed in and out. It's all just a huge machine that keeps getting bigger and bigger as the military budget balloons. The US military alone contributes more CO2 emissions than over 100 countries. And I mean, like, the whole country, not just their militaries. And that's to say nothing of all the humanitarian crises perpetuated by American imperialism. It's all just mind-boggling, really. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, you should definitely start organizing.
My name is Sam, and I am the president of the environmental club at my school. Okay, and the vice president is Lake, and of course, we are a team and we work together super well because we're like best friends or whatever, so it's meant to be. Okay, so I got stickers printed with our logo, and they look amazing.
Wow, yeah, those are incredible.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we could get more stuff printed with the logo.
Cool, like what?
I mean, you can get literally anything custom printed on the internet. So I don't know, I was thinking like shirts, lanyards, napkins, coasters, keychains, umbrellas, solo cups, tennis balls, flip-flops, sunglasses, shower curtains, pens.
Okay, cool. The thing is, aren't we trying to produce less garbage? It just feels a little antithetical to climate activism to produce a bunch of disposable paraphernalia that will just end up in landfills. What about like reusable water bottles?
Oh yeah, good idea. Ooh, BPH free.
Okay, so figured that out. Check. Let's go over our upcoming events. What do we have next week?
Okay, so next week we have a trash pickup after school on Thursday.
Okay. Cool. Picking up trash. Great. Somebody's got to do it. What about the week after?
The next week we have trash pickup after school on Tuesday. Is Tuesday not good? We could do Wednesday or like Thursday.
No, Wednesday is fine. Look, Sam, don't take this the wrong way. I'm glad we're getting the school grounds cleaned up, but I just wish we could do something more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I hear you. We could, I've got it. What if we picked up trash around the mall? The parking lot is always trashed and people love going to the mall.
What if we thought a little bigger? Like, isn't there more to climate activism than picking up trash? I want to do something really impactful.
Look, Lake, activism is about more than giving speeches and setting condos on fire. It's about doing a lot of dirty work that nobody else wants to do.
Yeah, I totally get that. Did you say something about setting condos on fire?
No.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking we should dream big and do everything we can to save the planet.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, what do we do?
What should we do? What do you think Greta would do?
1 year ago, I came to Davos and told you that our house is on fire. I am here to say our house is on fire. I want you to act as if the house was on fire. I want you to act as if the house was on fire, because it is.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you!
Okay, so what do we do?
The Central Intelligence Agency has released their annual threat assessment report. Ranking high on this list is the influx of migrant populations in the global north brought about by climate disturbances such as droughts and wildfires in the migrants' home countries. However, not mentioned in the report is the CIA's own ongoing role in ensuring the financial and military security of Saudi Arabia in exchange for Saudi oil, nor the agency's ongoing private military contracting in Afghanistan to secure access to the nation's mineral deposits and oil fields in Central Asia. This is yet another example of the military-industrial complex doing stuff that is bad all over the world. Screw that.
I know Lake is interested in, climate activism, climate change activism, things like that. I know she is very invested in it. We always bump heads because my job is basically, as she likes to call it, in support of the military-industrial complex, military industry. I don't know what she goes on about, but I'm the bad guy here. I'm always the bad guy, and Ken never gets into anything. He just stays to himself in his man cave all the time. I just really wish I could, talk to a friend. That's all. I remember I used to have this one really great friend, Esmeralda. She's awesome. But yeah. Two different people who would never be able to, have anything in common nowadays, I don't think. But yeah, I want Lake to be happy.
It's a funny commercial.
Yeah.
So how was your day?
Same old.
That Tucker Carlson sure has some buns on him.
Yeah.
Right, honey?
Mhm. Oh, I love this commercial. It's great.
Really? Commercial about veganism? Great.
It's hilarious, though.
You're right. Oh, wow. I love this stuff. Good old grade A beef chunks.
Delicious.
Dancing with the Stars season 38.
Oh, can't wait to watch that.
Me either. I do love that Kelly Clarkson.
This is good food.
Yeah. I love Arby's. So how's your day been?
Yeah, the usual.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
I don't know. Turn this ad up. This is a good one.
An ad about sunscreen. It's a great one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't use it, but it's hilarious.
As Americans burn to death, people like this
Oh my
went
God.
into action immediately.
Oh my God. It's Lake.
Caused these fires. They didn't explain how exactly that happened. How did climate change do that? They didn't tell us, but they just kept saying it.
What is she doing there?
Democratic politicians.
What is going on?
Like systemic
Can you turn this
racism in the
up?
sky.
Please turn this up.
You can't see it, but rest assured,
What
how
are
exactly
doing?
it happened.
What is she doing? What is she doing? Exactly.
In the hands of Democratic
Oh my
politicians,
God.
climate change is like systemic racism
Oh.
in the sky. You can't see it.
This is-
but
this
rest
is-
assured it's everywhere and it's deadly. And with
Oh.
systemic racism, it is your fault. The American middle class did it. They caused
This
climate change. They ate too many hamburgers. They drove too many SUVs. They had too many children. A lot of them wear T-shirts to work and didn't finish college, and that causes climate change too. And worst of all, some of them may vote for Donald Trump.
She's gonna hear from me.
And if there's anything that absolutely, definitively causes climate change, literally over 100% of scientists agree with this established fact, it is voting for Donald Trump. You might as well start a tire fire in your yard.
I know in my heart that the fire season in New Mexico this year and on the rest of the West Coast is going to be worse than ever before. Worse than last year when the smoke traveled all the way across the Atlantic. And all the news media and the politicians are going to say, we're going to talk about these record-breaking, unprecedented fires, and then they're going to go on and not doing anything about it.